Da 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 da. La 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 la. Dee 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 da. Is that playing music? Why is it? Oh, okay. I'm not hearing it. There it is. There it is. Oh yeah. Womp, 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 womp. Hey chat, how you doing chat? How's your mama chat? I saw your daddy last week chat. He was drinking Modelo. He had a strange woman with him. She had Amaretto sours. Hey! Ah! Thick! What are you doing? Hey there. Soundgarden? Okay, what have we been listening to? Let Me Drown. You know what? For you, I would, but I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. I don't want YouTube or Twitch to get mad at me. But I'll figure it out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop on YouTube real quick. No. Jeez. You know what I'm saying? There we go. But hey, chat. Hey, Quantum. How you doing? How's it going? Wait, that's not the right thing. Oh my gosh. This is pretty good. I like this. Vic is on a Soundgarden thing. We can't play that because DMCA. So much fun for everybody. But what we can do is I've been on I wouldn't say a Soundgarden thing by any means. I mean, I like Soundgarden, don't get me wrong. But I've been on a one, I'm always on a funk thing. That's just me. That's who I am. You know, funky. But I've been on, every once in a while I go on, not Soundgarden, but, God, I forget the words. Oh my God, what's the name of that song? Oh my God. Plush by Stone Temple Pilots. So Stone Temple Pilots. It's always the. How's it go? And I feel the time's a ways to go. So where you go until tomorrow? And I see that these are the lies to come. So wait, I gotta know. That's later. Would you even care? And I feel it. Wait, I gotta get rid of this song. This song's killing me. And I feel it. Yeah. Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going with the mask of frown? And I feel the dogs begin to smell her. Will she smell? Oh, yeah, that one. Oh yeah, and then the next part, and I feel so much depends on the weather, so it's raining in your bedroom, and I see that these are the eyes of disarray. That's always my favorite word. That's my favorite line in the whole song. That these are the eyes of disarray. I love that. So would you even care? Oh, that's a good song. What album is that? Core, 1992. Mmm. These are the eyes of disarray. Oh, and Vaseline. Vaseline's a good one. Interstate Love Song was always my favorite of theirs. Creep is good. Creep is great. Creep is whatever. Creep, I mean, it's one of those songs you've heard like a bazillion times, you know? So I like, again, Creep, objectively a well made, well written, yada yada song. Like, clearly it has, a lot of, it's like, I don't know. I think about like, what's it gonna look like in 1,000 years, right? I mean, you look at something like Star Citizen, there's a little bit of an idea, maybe, but that's just one idea. But I always think about like the stuff like the songs, right? Because think about it. There are songs that exist today that were sung thousands of years ago, and they're not even religious songs. I mean, there's plenty of religious songs that are like super fucking old, but let's talk about some songs now that we're being a nerd, because we are doing just chatting right now. Let's talk about some songs. Like one of my favorites I was singing today, which I wanted to look up the lyrics to because I can't remember all of them lately. Here we go. Alas, my love. Okay. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off so discourteously. For I have loved you so long, delighting in your company. Wait, I don't know if I'm getting I don't know if I'm getting the melody right there. I always thought it was green sleeves, you do me wrong to cast me off so discourteously. For I have loved you so long, delighting in your company. And then green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of golden, but who but my lady green? I see. That's where I get messed up. I know those parts, but I always get messed up on the ends of the tails of the lyric, the verses. And then at last, my love, that you should own a heart of wanton vanity. So I must, laddie, think alone, or lady, think alone. Is that laddie or lady? So I must, laddie or lady, think alone upon your insincerity. Green sleeves. I love green sleeves. I've heard it and I think it's about Henry VIII, or to do with, or did what? I know it has something to do with Henry VIII, or whatever. Maybe it's written for one of his wives. Let's see. 16th century to 17th century sources. Oh, it probably wasn't had to do anything with him. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Looking at the Wikipedia, it says Green Sleeves is a traditional English folk song, a broadside ballad by the name of a new northern ditty of Ye Lady Green Sleeves, was registered by Richard Jones at the London Stationers Company in September 1580. And the tune is found in, so I said it's like 1,000. It's like, it's it's like, what? It's like almost 600 years old. Or, 500. It'll be 500 like in 2080. And the tune is found in several late 16th century and early 17th century sources, such as Ballet's MS Lute book and something I can't read because it sounds like it's in German, as well as various manuscripts preserved in the Seeley Historical Library in the University of Cambridge. Origin: a broadside ballad by this name was registered by the London Station Company September 1580. Yes, by Richard Jones. We just read that. 6 more ballads followed in less than a year. On the same day, 3rd of September, Ye Lady Green Sleeves answers to Duncan, Her Friend by Edward White, and then 15th and 18th of September by Henry Carr, and again by White. 14th of December, Richard Jones again. 13th February, 1581, William Elderton. In August 1581, White's third contribution, green sleeves is worn away, yellow sleeves come to decay. Black sleeves I hold in despite, but white sleeves is my delight. That's interesting. I like that. And then it appears the surviving handful of Pleasant Delights as a new courtly sonnet of the Lady of Green Sleeves to the new tune of Green Sleeves. It is a common myth that Green Sleeves was written by King. See, it's a myth. I was wrong. However, Henry did not write Green Sleeves, as the piece is based on Italian style of composition that did not reach England until after his death. There you go. Lyrical interpretation. I like reading these. Let's see. A possible interpretation of the lyrics in that is that Lady Green Sleeves was a promiscuous young woman, perhaps even a prostitute. That seems a little extreme. To me, it just sounds like this guy liked Lady Green Sleeves. Like, before we read the rest of that, to me, the way I've always interpreted the song is like, you know, basically this guy got rejected by a woman that probably, to be honest, based on the fact that, you know, I mean, if it's a singer singing, if it's from it depends on who the perspective is from. Is the perspective of Green Sleeves from like a fellow like lord? Like, is it from somebody also of higher birth? Like Lady Green Sleeves? Because like when you say lady, I assume it means you're higher birth. So my interpretation has always been like somebody that's kind of somebody's been rejected and it's the guy. Like, she has cast him off so discourteously. So she was like rude in some way. But the thing is often when men get rejected by women, they are a lot more upset about it than they should be a lot of the time. I'm not saying that women they can't be mean and reject person terribly. But historically, you know, when it comes to women rejecting men, women have always been the ones that kind of get the you know, they've always been the ones that like suffer through a bad reaction the most, right? Like a bad reaction from a man in those situations has never been good. So sometimes I feel like guys get very upset about being rejected, and they you know, and I think it probably goes both ways. Like, I'm sure there's girls that have said, "Oh, this guy was so mean to me the way he rejected me," but really he just said, "Hey, I'm not interested." Whatever. Who knows? But to me, it always sounded like a butthurt dude. Just being. And again, let's talk about station, like what station, what like your class, your status was at this time was a lot more important. So if it's from the perspective of like felt like somebody who's around the same status as her, then yeah, it's an offense, right? Like, he has actually like some legitimate claim in those times to being offended by this woman, right? But not because it's true, like she did it terribly necessarily, but because he has some kind of status that technically would make him higher than her because he's male and he'd be some other lord. Now, if it's from the perspective of the person who wrote it, which is likely a bard, a singer, or whatever, if she's a lady, then I could see it's like he is being butthurt because he got cast off by somebody who probably needed to cast him off, like for her own survival and status in the world. Who knows? Anyway, who knows? But I don't know. I never took it as a prostitute, but whatever. Let's see what this says. A possible interpretation of the lyrics is that Lady Green Sleeves was a promiscuous young woman, perhaps even a prostitute. At the time, the word green had sexual connotations. Okay, there's some context we didn't know. Most notably, the phrase "a green gown," a reference to grass stains on a woman's dress from engaging in sexual intercourse outdoors. Okay, so once again, women are punished for sexuality, but the other party here is not like shamed. At least not being. We're talking about the song Green Sleeves. We got on this whole thing because of you and songs. I got on how I was talking about how, like, I've been on I know you weren't listening because you were listening to the song, but I was talking about how you're doing Soundgarden. I've been on a Stone Temple Pilots thing recently, and I was talking about Plush. Like, what songs are going to be sung, like, be still being sung in like a 500 years? And I brought up the example of Green Sleeves, a very old song from 1580, almost 500 years old. So yeah, Yeah, exactly. So this is how my brain works. I'm just telling you, like you planted a little seed, and here's the flower, buddy. So it got me waxing like about, well, what song? Because like I think Plush is a great sing along song, even though I didn't remember all the lyrics. But it's a, everybody knows. Like everybody, I can see that being something. Like, what songs from this time might be like something somebody might be singing 500 years from now? And so I brought up Greensleeves. Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots is great. But that's what I'm saying though, is like one of the things I feel about their song, like, is one of my favorite songs is Interstate Love Song. I think that Stone Temple Pilots' like biggest hits are some of the most like sing-alongable songs, right? Like they just, anybody could sing it for the most part. I mean, not everybody can and cannot sing. Whatever. Who cares about skill? The point is most people will, like, if they know the song, those songs in particular, like they feel good to sing along to. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Scott says. I was a fucking kid watching King of the Hill when he was talking shit all the time. So I don't give a fuck. Like, at the end of the day, sorry, I'm like having these weird, like, while I'm talking. But like at the end of the day, like if you make a piece of art and that piece of art is good enough to like go on and to like have its own life, you don't own, like, you own it, right? Like whoever, the writers, whoever, they get the royalty checks, whatever, they own it, right? But they don't own it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I think you understand this, Vic, is like when a piece of art has its own life, like a piece of art can have its own life apart from the artist, I think. Especially music. I think music in particular does that the most. And for better or worse, when you realize Stone Temple Pilots. Well, yeah, I think you told me this once. I think you said something to me about this one. I feel like this is vaguely familiar. Like I've had this conversation with somebody at some point. I feel like it probably was you. It's most likely to have been you. It makes the most sense. Yeah. But I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the original name was supposed to be. I've got so much stuff. I only got so much brain space sometimes. I try so hard. Yeah, please do. That would be good. I'm sure it's an inappropriate name. I vaguely remember this. What? Who is this person trying to friend me? I don't know you. Yes, okay. Yes, you did tell me this once. Yep, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And I'm not saying that out loud, but yes, I remember this. Ah. All right then. Well, there you go. Vic has educated me once again. He's re-educated me. He has to do that once in a while. Bless his heart. And I didn't mean it that way. Oh my god! I didn't mean it. I did not mean it in the shit the way. I didn't mean it in that way. That was like, I said bless his heart. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like in that way that we, yeah. No. You have to understand. I know I was telling you earlier, like the bless your heart is different than bless their heart, I think is the key difference.
And yet it should be noted that in the midst of our sorrow.
Oh my god, I have to get rid of this one. I'm sorry, it's so long. It's good, but it's long.
A world that our beloved
or make it very expensive.
He did not feel the sacrifice of vain.
I know, but it's hard to.
His profound wisdom of these proceedings.
Oh my gosh, it's hard for me to focus and listen. Thanks. Okay.
of all the souls I have encountered in my travels. His was the most human.
Thanks, Vic. Thanks.
You win again, Gravity.
That is a good one.
Purse! I don't know you!
But yeah, yeah, I totally forgot what we were talking about. Now I'm totally derailed. Oh, but like I said, we got on to, hey, hi, what are you doing? Come on. Hey there, look at that. There's a Whittle. There's another distraction walking in. Look at her. Look at that little puppy dog. Do you want to sit with me? You want to sit in my lap? No, you want to go in your house. Okay, bye. Dogs. I put so many magnets. Oh, nice. That's cool. I know. I need to start making a pack for you, too. I was thinking about some stuff. And I know I need to send cinnamon and some stuff, too. But, I kind of want to send you this. I have so many cups, and I'm like, this is kind of more you. It is me. Whittle approves. The shield is the size of your hand. Oh my god. And you have a big hand. I have seen your hand in person. Like twice. But yeah, I'm thinking about sending you that. Hi there to Woodler. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we were talking about green sleeves, you know, if you know it, like green sleeves. Well, I always thought it was green sleeves, you do me wrong, but this is saying it's this version that I see right here says it's alas, my love, which that is correct. Like for some reason, I always thought it was green sleeves, but it's alas, my love, you do me wrong. Show chat DM. Okay, I have to, I have to like pull these pictures up so that your Stone Temple Pilots message doesn't get leaked, buddy. So here. Let me pull these pictures up in like the way where you can pull it up in the browser. View in browser. Copy link. There we go. I'm just going to open up image links. Okay. Oh, thanks. You're sweet. Okay. Oh, okay. Then our last conversation was Vulcan jokes, so we're good. Okay. I just didn't want the Stone Temple Pilot comment. Okay, cool. Let me set us up so they can see. Okay. I was making, also, y'all should know, I'm making, what do you call it today? Yogurt. Which button should I use? That one? Yeah, that one. So, okay. So you put all these little magnets. Are these the one you printed? Yourself? Okay. Hand for scale. Look at that. That looks so good. Golly, that really is big. I see. Huge. I smell food. And that's why Weedle left. This ain't going nowhere. Yeah, for real. That thing is gonna... That's gonna be a good magnet for the fridge. To hold all the bills I don't want to pay. But you know what? We'll put other cool stuff under that magnet. We'll put better stuff under. We won't put bills under that magnet. We'll put nice things under that magnet. Like invitations to weddings and graduations and, you know, nice things. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I have 2 shirts? Okay, so one of the shirts is the one you showed me today, but did they send me 2 shirts, or did you also are you sending me something too? Okay. Oh, okay, cool. That's for fire, right? You send me stuff like all the time. And I send you stuff. I send you snacks. I send you things to eat a lot. I'm so bad. I send you so many things to eat. I always send snacks. It's like it's my love language in life is to feed people. It really is. They're like, what's that thing with the, like, you know, acts of service? What are they, you know, I can't remember it's all, I don't know. It seems a little it all seems a little crackpot to me, but I'm like, it probably has some truth to it. Like, people do communicate in different ways. And I would say mine is feeding people. Feeding people is my, I always want people to eat something. Yay! That's exciting. Does he like it? Is he into it? Yay! Everybody got their coins. Their coins. If y'all don't know, Vic sends out coins to people. I almost like want to just tell you to hop on in Discord and just hang out with me while we're sitting here. I think you, like, it arrives and then nothing. Aww. Well, you know, stuff happens. Well, I try to say thank you at least. Remember, at the end of the day, it's about the people that love it the most. Whatever, you know, you'll make it. You'll make it. I believe in you. And, you know, like I said, I send you food in return. I send you beaver nuggets. What should I send you next? What do I need to get you next? I've sent you tea before, but you're not probably much of a tea guy all the time. What should we send Vic from Texas? What would be something fun to send Vic from Texas? Or just in general? I really want to figure out how to, like, I wish I really knew how something about, like, a preservative or two. You know, I could can some jam or something. Could make something homemade. I want to make something, like, I want to send something I actually made this time. But I want it to, like, obviously survive, you know, and not go bad or something like that. And if I can something, that should be all right, because that's a vacuum seal. But then I have to make sure it's, like, wrapped up really well. You know, I probably have to put, like, some, but I have, like, all kinds of stuffing that I can wrap stuff in. Like, I just went through a bunch of boxes and probably got rid of, like, 30 boxes. And they just had, like, stuffing that we kept just in case. Because I told my roommate, I was like, I want to keep some of this stuffing just for, like, boxes. I said to Vic and whoever. And Mom. I got to send Mom some Mother's Day stuff. I just got to figure out what I'm getting her. I wish I had a Le Creuset event to go to. I'd just get her some random Le Creuset crap and send that to her. It always makes her happy. You know, nice bakeware for Mom. But it's heavy. Yeah, what do I need to send you this time? Because I don't want to do the Buc-ee's thing again. Because I'm like, you've had enough Buc-ee's. And some, definitely another coffee. There's always going to be a coffee. What's that? Mackenzie Childs. What's that? Now I have to look at buttons. Okay. Okay, so it's I bet she's heard of this. She always knows stuff like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I have enough dinnerware. I was about to call you by your government name. Vic. Don't show me this stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. I actually love the florals. And I never like florals. There's one with kisses on it. Vic, you can't show me things like this. You can't show me these things. I have enough of this shit in my house. Oh my God, it's so precious. And look at oh my gosh. Oh, I love that flower print. That is so not. I love those florals. Oh my God. They're so pretty. Fuck me, man. You go die, man. Oh my God. The little cookie jars with the really ornate lids. Oh my God. Bruh. Oh my God. It's things like this I've become a Stepford wife for. I'm just kidding. But for real, that's so cool. Like, oh my God, some of those pillows are beautiful. Those throw pillow. Oh, the blue one. The English Garden Outdoor Throw Pillow with the blue. Oh really? Dang it. I just stop by. I'm gonna have to get some plates, okay? Or a pillow or something. But those are outdoor throw pillows. Okay, what about their Easter stuff? I'm sorry. Now I'm Easter entertaining. That's some cute stuff. Like, I'm not into all of it. But it's cute. We have what's it called, that Williams Sonoma? We go to Williams Sonoma sometimes and just look at everything. There's some stuff like for me, like with decor, I wouldn't want a lot of cutesy. I like kind of simple, nice things. I like classics, so to speak. But man, those florals are wonderful. Oh, the florals are so pretty. I'm looking at mostly the dinnerware. They have furniture? Are you oh my God. That ottoman is $2,500 fucking dollars. That chair is $3,500 fucking dollars. Look at this, chat. That's amazing. That's $2,500 fucking dollars. Look at this bistro cart. I have one of these, but it's not better, but it's older. It's like a vintage one. It's my roommate's. Okay. That couch is $5,500 fucking dollars. Oh my God. Oh my God. God. I don't care if my makeup is all, if I have raccoon eyes. My makeup is everywhere now. What? What? This is so beautiful. Like, I don't think anybody would be ever allowed to sit on it, though. Like, holy shit. Are you kidding me, dude? Why are you showing me this stuff? Okay, I wasn't kidding. I would become a Stepford wife for this. No, I really... Ugh, it's just stuff. Look at that. That's so funky. It's like a blue strawberry. Wow. Some of it is so weird. I love that. I usually don't like wicker, but I like that. Look at that. That's amazing. That looks like it's from a freaking Wes Anderson movie. Oh, look, this is on sale for $1,000, y'all. Oh my God. I'm sure when I go downstairs and I say to Marla, have you heard of Mackenzie Child? She'll be like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, I love their furniture. I love their stuff. She'll tell me all about it. She always knows this stuff. I don't. I'm so like, y'all have to understand, I grew up poor. And I'm sure a lot of you did too. But, you know, like but also this is probably, I just don't know this stuff. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I mean, people can't, you know, it's kind of ironic though to look at look at things like this that are so expensive right now with everything going on right now. I mean, you never know. I think I've checked, you have one of their platters. Price tag $3 million. Okay, you're done. Go eat shit. I know what you were trying to get me to do and say out loud. And, yeah, go eat a big fat one. Okay, bye. Boom. I don't know if y'all understood what that person was trying to do. But they used 2 words to try to get me to say out loud a very bad word. 2 perfectly normal words, right? But when you say them right after one another, it comes out like a bad word. And we didn't want to do that. So, shame on Kasparov. And I hope that they eat a whole bag. Oh, it's okay. You're fine. I caught it. But yeah, this is wild stuff. But yeah, with everything going on in the world, like how expensive life is about to be. Anyway, let's not look down right now at the bad. Oh, by the way, White Lotus finale last night. No spoilers, just all right. All right. All right, then. Good show. Good show. I loved it. Good news, it's made here. It's made here. Sorry. I had to have a stupid joke today. Speaking of these, they're getting way small, and I'm having like a serious like moment of like, I don't know if I want to continue to lose weight. I'm having like a real panic moment. I've been having it all day because it was like all of my bras are completely like, I'm using them on like the tightest settings, and I'm like realizing like how much I've lost, you know, just based on like little spaces, like, and how I'm not fitting in the cups anymore that well, and I am real bummed. Try not to be. I mean, you know, I need to like do some pectoral stuff, you know, and like build those muscles up under it. Maybe that'll help a little bit with everything too. So we have some hope, but yeah, I am not happy with the boobflation, okay? The boob deflation. The boob crash. Tit Jones is falling. Oh, it's all I can do is just laugh at it, so the pain doesn't happen anymore. So it doesn't sting so much. But anyway, Mackenzie Child's really cool stuff, but I wish I had the kind of money to afford some stuff like that. Like, I would love to be able to spend $5,000 on a couch, but at the same time, I would be aghast at myself if I ever spent $5,000 on a couch. I would be like, what is wrong with me? Why is this? Who am I? Like, the most I'd ever, I mean, I don't know, I know that, like, you get some furniture brand new, you're gonna spend, like, like, I would expect to spend $5,000 on a full set of furniture for a room, right? But I would prefer to spend, like, $2,000 or less for all of that. Like, if I was, like, let's say, like, I had, like, I was one of those people that actually had money in life, and like, I just got a new house and I was trying to, like, outfit it. Yeah, I mean, like, of course I'd want to, like, get a whole, like, set for a living room or whatever, so I could have a matching set and, expect, like, okay, between couch, maybe a couple of easy chairs, the comp, like the little, what is it called? End tables, coffee table, maybe some other odd piece of furniture, like a love seat or whatever. And then, like, the thing that your TV's on, whatever, all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, I expect that to be, like, that's a set. Like, that's quite a bit of furniture. And same thing with the bedroom. Like, bedroom, you get the bed frame, the backboard, dresser or dressers, end table or nightstands. I mean, and maybe a chair or two, or something, like some kind of bench or something, place to sit to, like, put your shoes on in the morning or whatever. Maybe a vanity, definitely vanity. I'd be the kind of girl, like, I need a vanity. I absolutely, like, in my dream home would be a nice vanity and a nice big fucking fat bathtub. The fattest bathtub. Oh, your place is great. Your place is wonderful. Because a very great and nice person lives there. Also, I like your back deck a lot too. And your basement. I was just completely amazed at the basement that I was locked in for 5 days. I wasn't allowed to leave. I had to communicate with blinks and clicks. No, like, I've actually, for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying here, what the joke is like, we don't have basements in Texas. The bedrock here is too, like, short, right, from the surface level for it to be worth it to really ever dig down in, is what I've been told. It's about the bedrock being, so shallow. So, Texas just doesn't have a lot of basements. And the only kinds of places you'll see basements in are, like, big buildings, right? Like, big buildings that would have a basement, like a big skyscraper or something like that, where it's worth it to dig down. But for homes, you generally don't. I mean, there's parts of Texas where you might, like, I've heard people say San Antonio maybe, or El Paso. I can't remember, but I remember hearing people say certain parts of Texas will have them a little bit here and there. But for the most part, we don't have them here. And so when I was visiting Vic and he has a basement, I was just like, this is the coolest thing. I'm just like, basement. Yeah, he had to leave me and leave, I had to finally, like, the Uber driver just had to come, like, was left instructions on how to let me back out of the basement so I could go back home. you know, he was told where the key to my shackle was. Down in the basement, you know. No, but for real, it was just cool. I love basements. I think they're so neat. Yeah, like I was, you know, have one around my ankle. You didn't hear me make the basement jokes earlier? I made like basement jokes earlier. Oh, okay. Fine. That's fine. I can couch surf. I'll live in the basement. I don't care. But yeah, it was fun though. It's cool though. It's so neat that y'all have those there. I really, that's the coolest thing to me. But yeah, basements are neat. Yeah, well, it will be hot, but you have air conditioning working again. Last time I visited Vic, it was working, but I think you had to have some maintenance done or something. But it was fine. It was so good. Like, it was way cooler than Texas, so it was fine. Yeah, it was like right before I got there. And that was the thing too, is like I was used to it being like always like 80 in the house because my roommate doesn't like want to turn it on very much when it's burning up here. It was a little warm at times, but it was fine. Like we did fine. In the nighttime, it was plenty chilly. As long as I'm like not hot when I'm asleep, we're good. Oh my God, being hot when I'm asleep is where I die. I know, you did me right. You gave me the fan. I had like the window. It was wonderful. It felt so good at night. Everybody got a fan. Everybody was happy, and then I left, and the AC started to work because it got fixed. Oh man, I was trying. I will tell y'all. I tried to pull a prank on Vic. Which was, I hung out with his mom. And his mom told me that, like, or one of you or your mom or somebody told me about how she, you know, something about like her being like, don't forget about your garbage all the time on Mondays. And so I left him this like message. And the thing is, he had to go anyway, so he didn't get to hear it. But I left a message reminding him to take the garbage out on Alexa. I did so many things to Alexa before I left. And none of it, he suffered through none of it. Because he was out of the state. Oh. It was funny, though. Oh. And then I think... I think one of the pings was Buster's the greatest there ever was. Oh, my face hurts from smiling and laughing at it so much just now. I gotta straighten my face. Oh. How do we make it stop? I felt so bad about that. I did feel bad about that. I feel bad that I annoyed your parents. I felt bad that it became that. Oh, oh my God. Just unplug it. Buster's fucked it up. happens when you have to go out of state while I'm visiting you, okay? That's the price you pay. That's the price you pay, Vic. Oh my god, dude. Oh, my freaking whole face hurts from laughing. Ugh. Oh, like my head hurts right here from the muscles of me smiling, somehow reaching up there. Oh my god. Oh. The work of the people. I know. I know. I know. I will never knock you for why you had to go. I'm just saying, sometimes we pay prices for leaving Buster all by herself in our house. It was fun, though. I have to admit, I did laundry. I folded like a whole load of towels for you. What else did I do? I did your dishes. Well, I mean, I had been using the dishes, so I know I did dishes. And I shopped with your mom. And we went and had a nice sandwich. And she took off with my brownie, dude. I mean, she got me before I got her, to be fair. Yeah. But she paid for it anyway, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, we went to camp. I got to shoot an airsoft rifle at a target with your dad. And, I got to see, like, your dad's challenge coin. He showed me his challenge coins in his pocket. And some of the ones in the cabin. And, what else? I just chit-chatted, got to know him. Because I'd met Vic's mom a little bit before then. The three of us had gone out and, like, had a beer. And then, when he was out of town, I met Dad. Dad, you look at both his parents and you're like, oh, yeah, he's their baby. He looks like just like both of them at the same time. Yeah, the Sarge. The good old Sarge. And I made the mistake of calling him Sir. But he was kind about it. I was just like, I'm so sorry. It's just like what I do. It's Southern upbringing. He was like, it's fine. Not even Southern, but it's Texas. Like, just manners. He was fine about it. I just do it out of habit, But he was fine with it. He understood. He understood. He knew it was because of he could tell. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get a treatment. He loved me. Your dad adored me. I was just such a delight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. That was for you, not him. But, yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Like he's gonna smoke me. Come on. I mean, I'm sure he could. I'm not denying that at all. I'm not denying that part. I'm not denying his capabilities to smoke me. By any means. I'm just saying he wouldn't do that to me. I'm so sweet. Everybody loves me. And if you don't love me, I'm just, I don't mean to be like, I'm not trying to sound like one of those people that's like overconfident or full of themselves or whatever, like vain, whatever you want to call it. But look, I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty all right. You know what I mean? And like, if you don't like me, it generally I'm just saying. Like, you don't have to like me. Like you don't have to be like my best friend. But if you like actively dislike me to the point of like really disliking me or hating me, I would think that most of the time that there's probably something about me that reminds you of something you don't like in yourself. And that's true of most people. I don't even think that's unique to me by any means. That's just a lot of time the things we hate most, like in other people, are just what we hate in ourselves. You know. Chewing on one. Chewing on what? Oh, a cigar. Yeah. Yeah, he was, I think, yeah, and I had had a, I'd had a quick smoke of my own. So, yeah, I remember. I think he had like those little ones. He had like a little one. I don't think but maybe, no, he did have a big, yeah, for some reason, I think he has like one of those little kind of mini ones, but no, he had a whole one. I believe he was. Yeah. Yeah. It was just smoked down a little bit. That's what it was. That's why I was thinking it was smaller, but it was, it was just one that he was having that for a while. Yeah, he's a good dude. Vic's dad and his mom. They're so funny. They're very sweet. They're very sweet. Your father is the good example of a very both of them. They're just a funny couple. They're a very funny couple. Yeah, they're a funny couple. I like them. They're very cute. I won't say any specifics, but they are just adorable. Very precious. They are. Yeah, we won't say any specifics for sake of personal business, but they're very, very sweet and cute. I'll just say you could see who, if you know Vic, he has, he's a very kind, sweet person. Right. He's as sweet as as pie, but he is also as fiery as a volcano, for like the righteous like fire, right? He's that kind of personality. And overall, I mean, there's a lot more of your personality than that, but you know what I mean? Like you kind of you're very sweet, but you're also very a passionate person about things you care about, and you can see it. You're like, okay, all right. Yes, you can see where the things got forged with Vic. So it's funny, but yeah, you can see the influences. But yeah, we had a good time. That was a good visit. I can't wait to come see you again this summer. That'll be fun. We'll go. We'll do 2-part Citizens if we do it right. We'll get 2 done. Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot personally to goad the anger out of myself as well. Like it takes, I'm a very kind, considerate. I try to be considerate of other people. I try to always be thinking about things, Like even this week, like at work, I was thinking, sometimes I ask this question of people at work, and maybe sometimes I need to phrase it differently because somebody could be deaf or whatever. No, without the phrase it differently. But I remember that, something was going on, and I just thought, maybe sometimes like I need to, because somebody had come in and a pair had come in, and one of them was like, I guess hearing impaired, because one of them was speaking sign to the other, even though they seemed like they could hear or read lips, but they were like, out of consideration, they signed to the other person. And I thought, oh man, I wish I knew something about that, or, you know, whatever. And so I thought maybe I should learn some basic sign words and things like that in case I have somebody that, you know, I try to think about things like that. Like, I try to be that kind of person that like, I stop once in a while and I think about a situation and I go, oh, maybe I should change the way I do something based on, like, the fact that I might run into somebody with, like, this specific thing they need or this issue they have to overcome. But that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to at least learn some ASL and maybe a few signs, just a basic, like, you know, and learn enough that I can interpret some things and, you know. But yeah. But, you know, I kind of try to be that type of person, personally. I don't remember why I was saying all that, but whatever. But, yeah. Be a considerate person, you know. Vic's one of those kinds of people. Vic's a considerate person. You know, he made sure I had 2 towels. Thank you for not asking me to work tomorrow. Somebody asked me if they wanted me to... one of my managers will start to ask me, hey, do you want to serve? Do you want to be a server tomorrow? And I am like, no. Tomorrow was going to be the first day with work that if anybody called me for a shift, I was going to say absolutely not. Because I have not had a fucking day. Like, I have literally not had, like, a full day off in, like, I feel like 2 weeks, 3 weeks solid at this point. Because, like, Sunday, I was supposed to be off, but I came in because somebody called out. Today, I was at work. You know, tomorrow, I'm supposed to be off all day. And somebody had texted me at, like, about an hour ago asking me if I wanted to work. But then they immediately were like, oh, no, never mind. We're good. And I'm glad that I did not see that text. Not that I would have been mad at that manager at all. Not mad at them at all. But just like, nope, I can't. I cannot tomorrow. I just can't. I fucking can't. Like, I need a day. I need a whole fucking day. I have shit I want to do. I want to do fucking laundry. I want to... sit the fuck down. I want to take a nap. Let's see. Her dad thought I worked for... Not who I work for. Oh, okay. Her mom loved me, though. Her dad was like, he does not work for Japan. Like Sean Connery. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Sometimes we are into people and we learn things to impress them. What's the song? It's one of my favorite Phoenix songs. I'm just trying to be cool. Like, how's it? City and desert coexist, depending on the things you're wearing. Wildlife binoculars. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you want me. Cool. I'm just trying to be cool. And it's all because of you. Some fanatic attitude that we're both on. Anyway, I like that song. And I like those lyrics. But yeah, everybody's trying to be cool. Her mom always wanted me to speak Arabic when I was around. The cool part was I could actually go back and forth with the parent. Oh, that's nice. You know, I've been picking up a little more Spanish lately, I have to admit. You know, I took Spanish in high school and stuff. But they teach you to, like, speak it. They teach you to read and write it before they're really teaching you to speak it. And I get kind of the approach, but, like, when you're learning a language, I think, like just learning the words and, like, sounding it out, like, you know, living in it's kind of the most important thing. And, you know, I was never really given... Lately, it's like, you know, I'm able to speak Spanish in the kitchen and stuff a little bit here and there, and I'm starting to kind of pick some of it up. Oh, and I had this really cool culture. You would have loved this. See, this is when and if you ever get out to Dallas sometime, Vic, this is what you're going to have fun with. Is, I swear to God, I just tell you, like, hey, just come up to Jack Ruby's with me for like 2 hours. 2 or 3 hours, just hang out. And just marvel at the amount of people that come there from all over the world. You know? Like, the other day I had these Brazilians, and they were wanting to sit down and eat, and it was Saturday night after we had those protesters come through, and the kitchen just got wiped out. The kitchen had so much gone, and we were just like, we close the kitchen at 8, and we never close the kitchen at 8. We usually close the kitchen at earliest 8:30. But generally, like between 9 and 9:30 is when we close kitchen most nights. And like they came in at like just after we had closed the kitchen, like maybe 8:15, and they were like wanting to sit down and eat, and they were amazed at how cheap our beer is because we have a mystery beer that's like $3, right? And they were amazed, and they were like looking forward to like sitting down and eating and like just drinking for a little bit. But we had told them like, wait, our kitchen's closed, and so they were really bummed. But when they hung out for a little bit, they had a couple of beers, and then they headed out and to go find something to eat. And they were like, it's really expensive here. Like, it's very expensive for us. So we're trying to find like cheap food, cheap drinks. And I'm like, well, you ain't gonna get anywhere cheaper than this. Like, this place is one of the cheapest places you'll find downtown. But yeah, but we had some nice conversation. Like they spoke like Portuguese mostly, and then one of them spoke like she spoke like Portuguese and something else, and then one of them, the rest of them either like a couple of them spoke French, but she was like there was like one or two of them that could only two like one or two women that could speak any English. And they were having to translate to everybody for me when they'd ask me the questions there because they were wanting to know like where to go, what to do. I believe it. That sound. I mean, you kind of the tongue's a little looser, the brain's a little. You're just like a little more relaxed. It makes sense. It kind of takes it. Maybe there's something about it, like I don't know. Maybe sometimes language, like changing languages or knowing multiple languages is hard because like you think in one all the time and you got to learn to think in the others. And maybe alcohol and like basically like takes down some kind of barrier once for you that helps it just blend better, if that makes sense. Hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, we're just chatting today. I think tomorrow I'll get on stream and I'll make some faces because I think I have a few requests to make tomorrow, but I don't want to do them tonight. I'm just not in the mood. I was just wanting to jump on and say hi for a little bit. I did make some yogurt today. I'm excited for that. That will have a full 24 hours of fermentation and cook. Ask that. I believe you. Boy, I believe you. I saw pictures. I was literally getting the play-by-play that day. You was sending me messages telling me how much fun you was having. Because I was at... Wasn't that during the International Bar Citizen? No, oh, yeah, I was at home. Because I remember... Or was I? Yes. No, yeah, I was at home. That was just a... Or was that the Austin one? Was that the same weekend as the Austin one? Yeah. Yes. It was. Maybe. Yes. I think. Okay. So I was in Austin. You were in Montreal. Yeah, we were chatting that day. See, I remember better what was going on with you that day than me. That was a good time, though. I had fun. I gotta go again this year. I've made it every year to Austin. So, okay, this is something to talk about. We can talk about Star Citizen. How do we feel about there being no Citizen Con, in-person Citizen Con again this year? How do we feel? Like, how do we feel about it? I'm bummed. I'm a little bummed because I really wanted there to be an Austin Citizen Con this year. I really did. But I kind of, like, to be honest, from a geopolitical perspective, it's the best move right now. With everything going down here in the United States, and it being a global company, it's probably best just to keep the convention thing off of the fucking table right now. Like, And yeah, you're probably not wrong. Like there's just some Squadron release is there's gonna be something around that. And there better be. Like there better be some kind of mass gathering for Squadron. For real. Like I would love for them to release Squadron at Citizen like during Citizen Con that year. That would be the shit. Or at least like some major step in doing it. Like the pre-release thing or something. Like it's the week out from the release. I don't know. But I swear to God, like I totally understand, like from a perspective of a international company trying to do business and work internationally. Suddenly, like all this shit's going down, especially with the United States and tariffs and all this. It totally makes sense to just say, you know what? And also, it's better because they don't have so much shit to do. Like as fun as Citizen Con is, it's it's a lot of planning, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of people. You know, let's just switch to Star Citizen. We're gonna talk about fucking Star Citizen. I'm just gonna go to Star Citizen. Let's see. If we're gonna talk about Star Citizen, we're gonna be in the Star Citizen category. So yeah, but yeah, the Citizen Con not being a big thing. But I also think it's dumb to call it a Citizen Con Direct. I think it should just be called like a Citizen Direct. And it should be something they do like I don't know, like twice a year. You know, like a summer direct and like a winter or like a fall direct. I don't know. Like one around the holidays, one in the middle of summer. The Bar Citizen last year was very college. Like, if they want to. You mean in LA? Yeah. But I heard. I heard Manchester, so the actual last year, because that was in 2024. I know what we meant. Oh, really? Oh, in Montreal. Okay. I thought we were talking about like Citizen Con Bar Citizen, because I was going to say Citizen Con Bar Citizen in Manchester was apparently like the shit. And it's to the point, like, it was so packed. Like, all those businesses, like, all that little set of bars they set up for were, like, just fucking overwhelmed. Which is good. That's good. That means that the people are spending money. Hey, Groper. What's up, buddy? How are you today, Sangroper? How do you feel about it, Sangroper? There being no physical Citizen Con. That's what we're discussing. And that it's a direct. It sounds like it's going to be a lot shorter than the previous digital Citizen Con, which I actually am for. Sometimes sitting through them just chatting and chatting and chatting endlessly is like, come on, man. Like give me the bullet points and then give me the Citizen or whatever. 2 Street is over from McGill's. It was a great time. I take nothing away from Fletcher, but one day, a matter of hours, it better hit. Yeah. But yeah, I just I keep looking over at my blue sky, and somebody just like made a bloot, as I like to call them, you know, like a tweet, but on blue sky, so a bloot. Somebody just made one, and it's just the word pussy over and over and over again. And every time I glance over it, it's just okay. Here we go. I'm glad that the Twitter spirit is making its way over. As far as the virtual Citizen Con, okay, it better hit as far. Yeah. AU base, so no okay, so you're in Australia, so it doesn't really. Yeah. You know, it's and that is one thing that sucks about Citizen Con is like, you know, because it's like there's some games or communities or something where they'll have like all their breakout conventions, right? And Star Citizen isn't there yet. I think it could be in the next 5 or 6 years, like after Squadron's released and stuff like that. But also, we will see it at other gaming conventions, right? We will see people show up as UEE to like whatever, to a PAX, a PAX convention, stuff like that. So that's actually like part of Star Citizen. I really look forward to in the future as the community expands. Is people who are into those things. I know we have cosplayers in the community. I'm not knocking them, but we just don't have a huge volume. But to be honest, let's be real. Let's fucking be real about this real quick, okay? Let's get really fucking real, okay? When we say this, this is a community mostly full of dudes, and they're dudes that are older, right? Like dudes like in their 30s and up for the most part, right? And they are not as deeply into cosplay as I think where fandoms where you find a lot of women being more prevalent. Not necessarily the majority, but just where you find more women in existence in the fandom or the community. So I'm just saying. And I'm not knocking dudes. There's plenty of great cosplaying dudes out there in this community and many other communities. It's just it seems like girls really push cosplay the most. If we're being real, if we're being honest, girls push it the most. We love it the most. We love dressing up. But there's going to be some cool cosplay. I hope that more of you gentlemen start cosplaying. Because I need somebody to walk around in a pair of those briefs that are the underwear for male characters. I'll tell you what, though. I bet some of y'all look real fine in UE uniforms. Oof. Oof. Some of y'all look real good in those. Some of y'all look real good. Y'all do it. Just do it. Do it. All the time. All the time. Wear those spacesuits. Wear those UE uniforms. Get them tailored really well. Get them nice and looking good. What else can y'all wear? Ooh, you could wear some of the in-game jackets with no shirt on underneath, like I do in game, especially when I'm a dude in game. Because, if I'm going to stare at somebody while I'm playing a video game, it might as well be a dude without a shirt on, right? You just know those briefs have female input during the design phase, right? I'll tell you, the old brief, they must have, because they must have been listening to me, because I used to yell about the old version. I don't know how, Myron on YouTube, welcome. I don't know how long, anybody that, I don't know you, so I don't know how long you've been around the Star Citizen community, so but a long time ago, the briefs were like these very baggy, boxery shorts. And they weren't very complimentary. And now they're a little more square-legged. They're a little more boxer briefy. And yeah, I may have been one of the females whose input was heard loud and clear on the internet many times over. Probably like 100 times over. So, maybe, anything's possible, Myron. You eat hot dog suit? Hey. Okay, cool. So I'm just a little older than you in Star Citizen. I'm like a couple months older than you. That's it. So you know what I'm talking about. You remember the way the briefs used to be, right? They were like baggy shorts. Well, shut up. You can blame me all you want, Vic. Okay, but it's not my fault that your characters have like no ass. That you cannot square up on me ever. I am a big proponent of please give the male models just a little bit more. Like just fill it out. Just give me some bubbles, Serve up some cake, CIG. Serve up the cake. Serve it up. Right on my plate. Right in front of me. I got it. I got my cake. I'm ready for some cake, CIG. I got my plate right here. I need the cake, please. Bring me the cake. Please. Bring me the cake, boys. Bring me the cake. Yeah, you know. Buy me that Mackenzie Johnson. I'll eat the cake. Like I said, I would become a Stepford wife for that fucking couch. That was a beautiful couch. My dogs could never hang out on it, like ever. It would be the couch that just sits somewhere. You know, it wouldn't have a life of its own. You couldn't sit in it in jeans. I'd freak out if you had jeans on, because the denim might rub off on the white. Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. Now I'm just thinking about dude butts now. I should call him. See how he's doing. Oh, man. Wait a second. I should call him. Yeah, deny. Boom. No, bot, no. Bots, go away. Bot, be gone. Be gone, bot, be gone. I compel thee through the power of Jeff Bezos to be gone from this affiliate of Amazon. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, what else is going on, chat? Yeah, Star Citizen. Yeah, so CitizenCon is going to be digital. It's going to be, I mean, I think it's, like I said, I think it's a good idea, everything going on in the world right now. It's probably way easier to just deal with that than it is to try to set up a convention. And also, I mean, if they're like, so like, dev time, there's always a good amount of dev time that probably gets like halted due to CitizenCon. So if this means that like they're trying to get like, they're trying to get out of the gate on Squadron for 2026, and or they're trying to, you know, obviously get Squadron out of the gate so they can actually fix Star Citizen when it needs fixing and get shit together and actually release that would be great. Like, obviously, that's what we want. Oh my god, this Golem looks amazing. The Drake Golem, I'm like watching a little play-by on the website. That is such a cool ship. What a neat... Oh, that Atlas, the Geo Atlas is cool. Oh, wow. I've never used an Atlas in the game. I'll have to try one of those one of these days. I just want one I could smack. I just want to slap people with it. That's all I want to do. I just like want to go up to like, you know, Draco or something and just slap him across the freaking half the planet. Like, that's all I want to do. I just want to slap. I just want to, I want a slapless. A slapless. A slatless. Whatever, you know, that's there's your new ship, CIG. There's your new Atlas. It's a slapless. And you slap the shit out of everybody. It's got like, instead of having like the little, whatever you got on the end of it, like little, you know, minor tools and all that stuff. It just has like a slappy hand. It's like pop, 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 pop. Oh, what's this? Oh, so they did a dev diary on performance artistry. So performance capture and performance art. That's cool. I'm gonna have to watch that. Jared looks good. Jared's been really interesting with the shaved face lately. He does like, it does take some years off of him. Which, guys, just remember, gentlemen, okay? Smile more, first of all. Second of all, if you want to look youthful, okay, just shave once in a while. you know? And moisturize. Wash your face. Moisturize. Don't pop your zits. Just like use a freaking patch. Yeah. And he looks like he's a little more svelte. He looks like he's lost a little bit of weight. I also like I see him right now and I feel like that's a guy going through a thing cuz his dad's passed away. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way in any way. Like I would never make fun of anybody for that. I'm just saying like I feel like that's a little like I feel like there's some heart work going on right now. And I you know, my heart goes out to him. I you know, I lost my dad last year and I wasn't nearly as close to my dad as he probably was to his. And while my father is a great dude, like I didn't know him till I was like 20. I didn't even get to start knowing him till I was like, yeah, like 21, 22. So I have like a whole lifetime lived before I knew my dad. So it's a different relationship, but it was still, you know, it hurt to have my dad pass away. Like I felt like I was robbed of like the future opportunities to get to know him better. And I've had so few opportunities to get to know him for the last 17 years or really 15 years almost. And so it's a different hurt than Jared's hurt is my point, you know, and I recognize that. Well, let me put it this way. I think he has a more detailed relationship with his father. I think is a better way to put it. Fair, to be fair. Like he's known his father his whole life, and so there's a different dynamic for good, you know, for whatever it was, you know. And yeah. But yeah, nobody wants to lose dad no matter what. But yeah. So cuz I remember yeah, and he'd lost his stepdad a few years ago too. Ah, man, yeah. Poor guy. So, you know, keep Jared in your thoughts. And everybody right now these days, everybody's needing help, but I can only imagine, like, you know, you just see him, and in some ways I feel like he's kind of, like, almost blossoming into this new flower, which is kind of cool, you know? Yeah, nobody invites it, nobody wants it. Wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy, but nobody gets out of this whole ride alive. So just remember, it's part of life to lose those you love eventually. What, you can't forgive me? I'm nice. What did I do? No, I know what you meant. I know I was being silly. I know what you meant. I got you. You always fall for it when I do that shit. As much as you give me shit, I fuck with you pretty good sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, poor guy. You know, we've all gone through our, you know, our losses in life. Like, you know, I'll tell you all about one I had a few years ago. My friend Blake. Blake was like my friend since I was like 14 or 15 years old. He's just a buddy of mine I knew on the internet. He's my first internet friend, like my first long-term internet friend. And he's a few years older than me, so, but he wasn't like a creep, by the way. He wasn't a creep. But we just, you know, became friends on like AIM or AOL back in the day through Batman stuff. And I actually, through the Batman group, we were in the group that we hung out and did Batman, like, you know, we had a Batman game going. That was how I got into Star Trek. So Blake, in a way, is kind of indirectly to somewhat directly responsible for me becoming a huge Star Trek fan. But Blake was like my best friend through everything, since I was like 14. and he passed away a few years ago, and I didn't even know till a month later. Because he and I had that kind of you know, we'd say hey, and then maybe wouldn't hear from each other for like a month or two, and then one day we just out of the blue we just get on the phone for like 5 hours, and you know, I've had a lot of people in my life I've lost, not tons, you know, but mostly family and a few like a mentor here, you know, a couple pair mentors, you know, parents, grandparents, you know, that kind of thing. But Blake, that one, I mean, and Jeff too. Jeff, you know, that mentor. But that's different. Like, but Blake, man, that was a total shock. I'd never been shocked so hard in my life by a sudden, like, that guy was my best friend for years. Literally, for like over half of my life, and just I find out one day he's been dead, and he's been dead a month. It was horrible. It was horrible. So, I feel for anybody going through it right now, or any time. And yesterday, today, 10 years ago, I don't care. You know, it sucks, man. But nobody gets out of it alive. You know. You know, wherever he is in life, he does right by me. I know he does. You know, out in the ethos, out in all the stardust. So, Donnie, be good. What are you doing? How have you did talk about somebody that's been around for a while too? Good old Donnie. Donnie used to stream around when I was starting to stream, and then he started working for CIG. Donnie, you need to tell Sean. You need to tell Sean Tracy to go watch my videos about the character creator, and tell him that I am ready for my close-up, Mr. Tracy. Modding an old video game. What are you doing? You know, just chilling. Just chilling. We've been talking about we just started talking about Star Citizen a little while ago, so we moved into the category, and now we've just been talking about CitizenCon stuff, just kind of the news lately, somewhat getting me caught up. I've been looking at the little things on the website with the Atlas. I think there needs to be a slapless where it's literally just an Atlas made for you to slap people. It doesn't have guns and stuff. It just has slappers. Like, it has little hands, like cartoony looking hands that you slap people with. A slapless, yeah. Slapless, but it would have to be like Atlas. So it'd be like slapless. Yeah. Be like, I pity the fool. Pop. I'm telling you right now, there are people who play this game that need a good slap. And they're not all called Victoria. No, I'm just kidding. I like to mess with you, Vic. I could see how that would be useful. I mean, you can still technically use the Atlas tractor beam to assault people with bots. That's true. But I want, like, my own slap arm. Or two. No, you don't need slaps. You're fine. Honestly, I hate laying my hands on people. But gosh, I have this habit of doing it, especially to male friends, and because they're always the ones that make those kinds of jokes that make you go, stop, and you slap their arm, you go, oh, you're bad. That's what I do. That's the slaps that Vic has gotten from me before, is, oh, you stop, mister. Waka and Arcane, what are y'all doing in here? That's an emote I need in Star Citizen. Oh, you're bad. Oh, stop. That's the one. And they need to do the word. Oh, stop. The eyes. It's a whole thing. Oh, stop. You're bad. You're incorrigible. Hey, DP, what's up over there on YouTube? Well. is my thing. Well is your thing. Well. Well. Is that it? Did I do it right? Is it like this? Is it like this? Vic, is it like this? Well. Okay, so more like this. Well. Wait, I keep doing that. I keep hitting the wrong button. Y'all are silly. All right. Yep, that's the, you know, what is it? Matthew McConaughey says, all right. And mine usually comes more like, all right. You know, for different kinds of Texans, you know. I'm just the all right kind of Texan. Instead of the all right kind of Texan. I'm the all right. Yeah. I'm a grunty person sometimes. Vic knows I'm grunty. Again, we've been talking about this throughout the night. I've like visited Vic's home before. We've had a nice visit in New York last year, and the state, Central New York. But yeah. So Vic can attest to the fact that I can be very grunty. Just, you know, brushing my hair. You know, walking through a parking lot. Just grunty lady. I do have a whole language. Sometimes. And you're not the only one that does it. There's a couple other people I'm friends with that have said things to me, like, but Vic says it the most. Like, he always says, stop speaking Texan to me. Other people say more like, hey, slow down and explain, like, translate the Texan you just spoke to me. I know. You've said all kinds of things to me. You've said so many things to me. So many mean fucking things. No, I'm just kidding. He said so many things to me. You know, he had a lot to say when I was in the basement of his house. Totally not locked down there. No, I'm just kidding. I keep making jokes about the basement. I'm sorry. I'm just fascinated with basements. We don't have them in Texas. Basements are the coolest. Honestly, I would move to New York for the basements. 10 out of 10 every time. My family is New York City, Brooklyn. I simply cannot move there. Too expensive. Oh yeah. That's a lot. I imagine that's a very expensive place to live. But if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Can usually tell the characters you make because they look like real people. It's like, oh, that must be a Buster. Look at that. Still using yours, Arcane? Oh my gosh. I need to wash my feet. I've had to buy talcum powder for my feet lately. Because, by the way, I got the coolest shoes. I got Skechers, but they're like the ones for like slip resistance. Bro, they are so and I got them wide. The first time I finally bought a wide toe box on a pair of shoes. Oh my God. They fit. Oh my God. It's nice when shoes fucking fit. And you, like, cause I tend to put the weight of my foot on the outside. Like I'm kind of duck footed. And so like, I tend to like when I'm like over time, my shoes get to the point where like that edge, my foot's like almost coming off the edge of the sole on that side, like on the kind of like, you know, the northeast side of my foot. If it was my right foot, you know, the northwest on my left. Yeah, dude, wide toe box. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I will never buy shoes again without trying to, like, I mean, it's one thing for, like, you know, high heels. High heels, I don't care because, one, I'm going to be uncomfortable anyway, and two, you know, oh yeah, it's totally fun in Syracuse. We'll have a good time. It'd be a good time. Come see us. Come hang. Come make Vic cook you food. You don't have to make him. He'll happily do it. But oh, by the way, chat, I have to get a new Fitbit. Look at what it's doing. Oh, can you see it? I forgot to tell y'all. Look, my display's all messed up. It works. It's working as, and I mean, I can still read it, so I probably won't do anything about it anytime soon, because girl be broke. Working hard, but still broke all the time. But I don't know how I didn't survive with this extra money now that I have it. It's because I'm working like 2 jobs now. But anyway, yeah, I can't fix it right. I can't do something about it right away. It's functional. It's just something's fucked up about it. Now, yeah, well, I mean, Waka and Gal know how to say hi and to thank people. Tyler is probably in Singapore, you know, eating good food and living life and trying not to break his spine with this crazy shit he does. Because that boy be crazy. I remember last time I spoke to Tyler, like we were hanging out. He was introducing me to somebody, like some friends of his and stuff like that. And then like we were talking, and we were talking about his thrill-seeking behaviors. And he was like, I just can't help myself. I have to do things that could possibly kill me. And I was like, buddy, that is a battle that I will never understand. That is a battle I will never quite have. I mean, sure, you know, some of the vices I have, you could say maybe, but whatever, you know. Like, I'm talking about thrill. I mean, I love a good thrill. Don't get me wrong, but I like a controlled thrill that I know won't kill me. Like a roller coaster. Well, even that, you know. But that has a much more minute amount of risk compared to, you know, like jumping off of cliffs with bungee cords attached to your waist. Finger guns. But yeah, it's a good time. I don't know, like I said, I'm a little disappointed that we're not having an in-person CitizenCon, because I was really hoping this year would be an Austin one, but I get it. I understand. And I really hope that there truly is a hold up to, like, hey, there will be watch parties, there will be events. But like, I don't want it to be like a bar citizen that they just show up at. I actually I hope that there's like a little bit of effort. Not that I need it to be like the greatest party I've ever been to, but like, could they be the ones to organize the spots instead of the community? Since, I mean, I don't think it's much to ask. Like, you know, do it in the main cities, but instead of like making it a bar citizen, I mean, get with the coordinators and get them to help you, but it'd be nice if it was like at a specific place that is set up for it. You know, that where it's not going to be an inconvenience for these people to like sit there at this bar for like 3 hours or whatever it takes to watch this. And it's not going to be one of those things like actually like rent out some venues for it, for these parties. Don't put it on the community to organize the bar citizens around. Like, I mean, get the community's help, the local bar citizen coordinators help. But, you know, it would be nice if CIG, like, put up some money or scratch or something to, like, make sure that these locations have the appropriate rails in place so that everybody can enjoy the directs as a group in those locations. And I expect them to be just in the locations of like where the actual like cities are, like Frankfurt, Manchester, Montreal, Austin, and then I guess not LA anymore. LA's shutting down, so rip LA. Rest in peace, buddy. I imagine like after the fires, it just kind of became a hey, Ian, how you doing over there on YouTube? But yeah, I imagine after the fires in LA, and with like the kind of the direction that they were going with things anyway, it just be kind of like, yeah, like let's move people out of LA. Like let's no more LA office. Yeah. Well, go to Montreal and then go to Syracuse. Yeah. We'll go and we'll have barbecue and it'll be fun. I am excited to go to the barbecue place when I see you next, because we didn't get to do that last time. God, I remember like one day we didn't even go out. We were just like, oh yeah, it was Friday. We just kind of like, was that the day we hung out with your mom? Because I got in on a Thursday. Yeah. I got in on Thursday and then your mom come and hung out and we like went to like, what was it? We went to the craft store real quick to get like some stuff. And then we went and hung out at like, it had a couple beers and some chicken tenders and chilled. And then like, I think you and I that night just had leftovers because we were like, what's the point of going out? We've had like a day out. Oh, that was such a good day. That was a good day. We made the little keychains. Oh, was that? Yeah, that was the Friday because we had to do the bars on Saturday. So we made the little keychains that evening, and we watched that movie with Sean Connery. Or no, with Alec Baldwin. I was gonna say Sean Connery. I don't know why. And Darth Vader. Sean. What's his face? The guy. Yeah, Red October. Oh, okay, that's right. He was in it. Duh. Okay, I wasn't wrong. I thought I was getting it wrong. And James Earl Jones. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, that movie. That was good. And yeah, we made keychains. That was fun. That was a fun day. That was a good day. Yeah, we just ate like leftovers from whatever we had the night before. It was perfect. Like there was like pizza and noodles and stuff. We were all happy. Earrings and necklaces, yeah, that I forgot to bring. Well, no, not necklaces. I didn't make any necklaces. I should this time. Why haven't I done that? Oh my god, I need to. Okay, this time maybe we'll spray paint some, or you can help me out and spray paint some ahead of time, and then I could get jewels. I could get little jewels. I can bejewel them. I could bedazzle them. I could have bedazzled spaceships. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? Okay, that's what we're doing next time. That'll be our next, like, our second day next time. We'll do another, like, hang out with your mom in the afternoon. And then in the evening, just eat leftovers from whatever we had the night before. And watch some movie that you're amazed I haven't seen. Yeah. That would be a good time. Oh, man. And I'll have to make... I'll have to make some, what do you call it? I need to make some this time. Tomorrow, I'm going to make cinnamon rolls. Maybe I should stream that a little bit tomorrow. Maybe I should, well, it's just the dough takes forever to rise. The dough's going to take like 45 minutes to rise. So maybe if I do it, I should actually show it to y'all when I start to roll it out. Because making the dough, I mean, It's going to be like 8 minutes on the mixer. Like once I've put it together, once I've gotten it pulled together, it'll be like 8 minutes on the dough hook. And then I'll let it rise for like an hour and a half. I saw that you made the keto bread the other day. How was that? Was it like, what was the crumb like? You know, did it stay together really well, like when you made a sandwich, or was it kind of crumbly? Like, what were you seeing when you were with the crumb? Because it looked good. It looked like a very solid bread. Yeah, it looked like it sliced well and everything. Like, yeah, it looked good. Stayed well, very well, or stayed very well together. Couldn't tell any difference from the wheat style bread. Really, you know what you should do with a leftover slice of that? You should make some French toast, and not even like sweet French toast, but you could make like a savory French toast. I've been reading a bunch of those recipes lately, and I'm gonna do it soon. And you might just beat me to it, but I bet you could make a good French toast. And then you'd get even more, like you could, that would be really protein heavy. And one of my favorite things to do, instead of like doing like a normal French toast, like a sweet French toast, I'll just basically do like a custard without sugar in it. You know, maybe put some hot sauce or something, like, you know, salt, pepper, all that stuff in it. And then I'll do it that way. And then like just top it with chives and like hot sauce and stuff, and maybe some cheese. But I've been wanting to do, like, so I've done a savory one, but never like I want to do one of these recipes I'm finding where they put like mushrooms and shit like that in it. Making it rise more. I mean, well, that's gluten development. Which with keto bread, I imagine it's probably you're probably wanting to like be low on gluten, because like more gluten means more carb anyway. Or, you know, generally gluten leads to carbs. How are you starting the bread? What's your what's your leavening agent, or whatever you call it? What's making it rise? Is it yeast, or is it baking soda? Yeast and honey. Okay. Is there any milk in the recipe? I'm going to help you rise it more. No milk, 2 eggs. So what liquid is there any liquid in it at all? I mean, there has to be is egg the only binder, is the only liquid ingredient? Okay. But it still provides gluten develop. Like, it is still developed gluten. Okay. My advice with yeast is, anytime you're adding yeast to a recipe, the way I always do it, and this is how I do it for my cinnamon rolls, and this is kind of the key, like, to me, this is the most important step in making my cinnamon rolls, because if I don't do this part right, it will always fail. And it just won't be as good, is, whenever you add yeast to bread, which I assume you're using a bread maker or something, like I assume unless you're just mixing it yourself with a mixer, whatever, who knows. But whenever you're adding yeast to a recipe, take your water, whatever your liquid is, so in your case it's water, take that water and heat it. Heat it to where it gets to about, like, you want it to be less than 110 degrees, like ideally 105 to 110 degrees. Add your, so it may mean like you heat the water and then like, but don't heat just enough that you need, not quite the right amount. And then that way, if you overheat it, you just add the right amount of water and that'll get it down. But anyway, get your water, whatever your amount of water is, to between 105 and 110. Add the yeast to that and bloom the yeast for about 5 to 10 minutes. So just leave it like that, like give it a little mixy, just walk away from it. Bloom the yeast, and then add it to the rest of the recipe. So again, with yeast, bloom yeast. That will get you a better rise every time. If you're just like adding it like it dry into the recipe at some point, that's fine too. That works. That's not like wrong. But the best performance out of yeast means you bloom it first. And generally, sometimes if you have a little bit of sugar in your recipe, add the sugar to that as well. And sugar will always, like even just a tablespoon of sugar will help yeast. They're friends. Oh, because you had the honey, yeah. I would above 110 kills yeast. Go lower. Go to like 105 to 110. Do not 115 might be killing partially killing your yeast. So, but yeah, 110 is like kind of ideal. But I try to stay around 107, 108. One thing I find too is like if I'm like, say I'm like I overheated my water or whatever, my milk, like, oh, I got it to 120 degrees or something instead of like 110. I'll dump it in like, I'll take it from wherever vessel I was like warming it up in, and I'll dump it into whatever the mixing vessel will eventually be. And I'll do that as the first step. That way, like the energy of dumping it into the pan and then like it having to like the pan, like the next vessel, like pulling heat from it, like, using energy, making it go down in temperature quicker. I need to adjust it. But yeah, there you go. I hope that helps. But yeah, it sounds like you're blooming the yeast and everything anyway. But I would try to go a little bit lower on the temp, like 110. Today I actually started some yogurt, so I have yogurt downstairs. That's cooking at about 110 as well. But yeah, as long as you're blooming your yeast, that's the biggest thing. And then like, I don't know, like resting time, rising time, like give it a better environment to rise in. Like when I rise a dough, it's getting warmer out, so you'll have a better time. But I'm sure you know the basics, like either put a wet towel over it or like seal it with like plastic wrap or something, like to keep it from obviously like drying out the dough. Don't give it an opportunity for the dough to dry. And a lot of time, like, if it's cold out, like a good spot to put it in is like one of my tricks. I actually start my oven to where it just starts to get a little warmer in there, but it's not actually like I basically cut it on for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then I turn it off, and then I put my dough in there, and I don't open it again. Just enough heat cycled in there to like warm it up to like a balmy, like 80, 90, something like that. Not too much, I don't want to go too high up. But like, sometimes I just start my oven for like, literally like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Get it just warm. And then just put my dough in there and just don't open it again until like for like an hour or an hour and a half. And then sometimes if I'm worried about it being too dry in that environment, I'll do something like, another good trick for me for rising dough is I'll get like a deep wall pan or some kind of, like pan or dish or whatever, right? Something with like deep enough walls that like I could, and you have a kettle now. Oh no, there goes my light. You have one of those kettles now, Waka. Boil water in the kettle. Right? Boil water in the kettle, and like on the above rack, put like your dough you're trying to rise on your top, on your uppermost rack, and on your bottommost rack, which set it to the very bottom. In that dish or that vessel, whatever you've set aside, pour boiling water in, and then like just walk away. Because then, or not necessarily boiling, but warm water, hot water that's going to evaporate a little bit and create a steamy environment if you need humidity in a baked good. I'm pretty smart. I have my moments. And I need a light. A light battery. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, God, I'm about to fall. Hit my heel. I didn't want to bang my heel into stuff. It's the worst. But yeah. Creating a little, like, humid environment in an oven, in a closed oven, with warm water on a bottom rack. In fact, when I bake my cinnamon rolls and other things, some baked goods, I mean, that's a common, like there's like a lot of baked goods, like custards and stuff, where you actually, like, you know, you boil like some water, like, and then you put like your little custard dishes inside of like in a bigger vessel, and then you pour the boiled water, and like I think cheesecake is a thing you can do that with. But for me, sometimes I just want my cake to like be super moist, and that's I'll bake it. So there's been times I baked a cake with like a big pot of water under it or something, at least for like part of the bake. And then toward the end, maybe take it out so the top of it gets nice and toasty. But yeah, humidity is your friend sometimes. Other times it's not. Other times it's your hair hates it, you know? Like, hair doesn't like humidity very much. Speaking of hair, I got like one way over here. But yeah. But again, back to Star Citizen. I'm behind. Tomorrow I will do some face making, so we will jump in Star Citizen tomorrow for a little bit with the face making. Maybe I'll actually jump in the game. But I do want to kind of get back to Skyrim. But it's like a lot of game too, so I know it's just Skyrim. It'll be fine. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, it's just been a lot harder lately to stream often because of work. You know, like I was telling those of you who weren't here earlier, today, like I was scheduled for today. I wasn't scheduled Sunday, but I went in for like the lunch morning, you know, whatever shift. But today, and like somebody texted me tonight wanting to know if I was available for tomorrow. And thank God they texted later and said, hey, no, never mind, we're good. And, because this is like my first like full day off in quite a while. It feels like forever. I mean, yeah, because like I said, yesterday I wasn't even off. And I've had so many days, like every day last week, I think I either had my normal audio shift to work or I was called, you know, like even days off, I was still somehow, I managed to make it to work because other people called out. So I'm just looking forward to the fact that I've started my yogurt, and tomorrow, like at 10 p.m.-ish, I'll have another batch of yogurt to share with my neighbors and my friends. And then tomorrow I'm going to make cinnamon rolls, and I'm good because we have dates. My roommate and I have some medjool dates. I'm going to use those in the recipe because that's one of my favorite ways to make cinnamon rolls is to use dates in the filling, along with brown sugar and everything that you traditionally use. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do laundry. Oh my God. It's just nice. It's nice to have a day off. I've been so busy lately. It's just, oh my God, I need it. And again, if somebody calls me tomorrow and they're like, hey, such and such called out, can you come in? I'll be like, no, I need the day. I need a fucking day of my life to myself. Because I'm basically there, once we hit Wednesday, I'm there every day through Saturday for something, whether it's a double or it's a single, whatever. But with all that said, I think we've been on long enough. It's 2 hours in. It's almost midnight here. I think I would like to get some rest in a little bit. Yeah, and definitely keep him posted on the Speedies, by the way, Waka. That Speedies sauce is the most amazing shit ever. In fact, I still have a little bit left, and I kind of want to take it and make like a dip with it. Thinking about making like a Speedies. I don't know. I'm going to do something. Maybe dip bread in it or something. I don't know. I need some bread. Now you got me on bread. And the thing is, I'm supposed to be fasting And I Waka, I was telling everybody, I am a dip. I'm a dip. I love being a dip. I mean, who doesn't love dip? You know, it goes on a chip. It's good. But I don't know, Waka, like you'll relate to this because we've been kind of talking to each other about like our weight loss journeys. Like you won't relate to it, but I think you can at least give me some sympathy. Not that I need it, but I'm at a point where I've like lost the 20 pounds, but I wanted to go down like 40 more, but now, or not 40 more, pardon me, 20 more, but now I don't know what I want anymore because my boobs are getting smaller and it's not making me happy. And I am kind of having like I'm trying not to have a major meltdown about it today because it's really been bothering me today in particular. Because like my bras aren't fitting and these are expensive. These are fucking expensive. Like they are not. They are a major investment that I have to make every year. Like your underwear. I mean, you know, a pack of them costs like $30, whatever. Maybe you buy a few a year. These are like $80 to $100 a pop. Like these are no fucking joke. And I am. Oh yeah, 7-layer dips are the best kind of dips. But yeah, I'm really having some hard times right now. And I'm having a really major like sad thing too. I mean, you don't want your titties get smaller, you know, like big titties. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you were out in the world and you had big titties, wouldn't you want them to stay big? Yes, you would. Okay, that's American ingenuity and thought, right there. No, but for real, jokes aside, dumb comments aside, it's a change in my body I'm not into, and I know it's part of the process, but I don't know how much of the process I want to go on with anymore now that this is happening. I'm like. I don't know. I think I'm willing to lose 10 more pounds at this point, and that's about it. I think I'm willing to get down to like 160, and that's about it. I know, guys. I know that's how we feel about the titties, okay? Like, they're great. They're great any which way you cut them, you know? But it's also like, well, shit, dude. Like, when do I buy new bras? And what size am I now? And so I don't know. I'm having a moment about it. I'm trying not to cry about it right now. Oh, it hurts, you know. Oh, I didn't mean to get emotional about that. Haha. That is surprising and not fun. But yeah. Oh, stop right now. Stop being emotional cheerleaders because it's making me emotional and I appreciate it, but stop. Full stop. Stop. Oh, don't. Uh, mm, uh, oh God. I will if you will, fair. Oh my God. Yeah, I get it, you know. It is hard. It is hard when people are nice sometimes. Must be so terrible to have people care about you, Buster. Super Chair Destroyer, what's up? Not much. Not much. We're just talking about stuff. How horrible. Yeah, it's exactly how I feel all the time about everybody around me. Every time they get mad at me for just loving them, I'm like, oh, it must annoy you that somebody cares about you so much. It's a feeling I've been on both ends of throughout my life. I think we all have. Oh, how terrible. How terrible it must be. How terrible it must be. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Thanks for pulling the brakes there, guys. I appreciate you, but oh, sometimes it's better to just say it's okay, Buster, and then leave me alone. Don't talk about Tawny Be Good like that. Oh my god. Thanks. I feel better. But you know, sometimes you just have to get a few tears out, and then you're good, and then it's fine, and it's fine, and it's fine. But maybe if I do a bunch of pectoral stuff, maybe if I put some muscle up, like some stronger muscles under there, it'll come out a little better than what I'm liking right now. But I'm not dissatisfied with them in any way. I just again, it's like, God, bras are so fucking expensive, y'all, and when your boobs get smaller, the art of the something, yeah, deflection. But yeah. It's just weird. It's weird. And, you know, when I was younger, and, you know, when you're younger and things are a little perkier, and you're smaller anyway, you're like, whatever. You know? And then from there, you just gain weight. They just get bigger, so you're like, whatever. I mean, this, you know, it, like, sucks that, like, I'm bigger, but at the same time, whatever. Like, at least that pans out. Oh, great. Who's here? Oh, okay. Thank you for the subs. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you, Vic. Who are those two, by the way? Oh, look at that. McTualta, Yusin, Arcane, Izzy, and Super Chits. Like three of those people are sitting, I think, around or have been around today. Good old Yusin. How's it doozing to the Yusin? I hope Yusin's good. I feel like last time I streamed Yusin was said hi or something. We do love the Yusin. Ah, but thank you. We're 25% of the way to our sub goal. Thank you for that. I don't even know what the sub goal is anymore. Oh, there's Izzy. Hey, Izzy. What are you doing, Izzy? But yeah. But yeah, and then like, oh yeah, this weekend. Oh, I'm looking at. There were a lot of old people at the Hands Off protest this weekend. I'm seeing. There were a lot of old folks there. Yeah, I said 25%, but yeah. Oh, it's set at 65. That seems a little high. That seems a little high. I'm not much of a streamer with goals anymore, am I? It's okay, though. That's just life. That's how life's panned out lately, but there's nothing wrong with that. I always appreciate y'all being, like, chill. Y'all get it. Y'all understand. I mean, you know, everybody here pretty much working people, you know. And credits to your respective professions, I'm sure. Some of you I'm a little more aware of your professions and how much of a credit you are to them, and others I'm not at all. But that's, I'm sure you're all credits to your professions. You all play Star Citizen, so you must be good at something. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a certain kind of, like, you have to have, like, there's, like, this minimum of, like, competence I think you need to meet to be able to play Star Citizen. And so I would think everybody in the community pretty much is good at something in life. What I'm good at in life is painting, but I haven't done that in a long time. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. You know, I do have that watercolor thing. I need to use that at some point. I actually got one of those for Vic. Vic and I both have one. We have the same set. Yeah, I need to paint something. I just want to get something big and giant and just paint on it, or just go out and get some wood and do the thing, you know, do the full Monty, like build an actual, you know, do what I used to do, build a flat, like basically a flat, for lack of a better term, you know, a flat is basically a canvas wall that you use for a play, instead of making like a big giant you know, I mean, in some cases you do a lot more carpentry, but you know, sometimes to make a marble, you know, a piece of marble wall, you're not gonna buy marble. That's for damn sure. So you just paint a flat to look like marble, and you have to be very good at it. And I was very good at it, and I miss doing things like that. I miss painting. I haven't painted in a long, long time. I don't even have my brushes anymore. I probably lost them over the years. Though I was always one of those people, buy the cheapest brushes possible. If you can't make it work with shit ass brushes, I don't know. Like I was always that person. I'm always the person who worked with the shit brushes. Everybody else in class had bought, like, I remember my scene painting class, everybody else had bought like a brush kit that was like $130. I did not have the money. But it was a nice brush set. And there he was like, you'll keep these for the... And the thing is none of them probably ever use those brush kits again. And I tried to buy one refurbed. I tried to buy, you know, and I just couldn't find a set. But so I just used shop brushes, and I still did better than everybody. So it's not the brush. It's the skill. Though the brush does help to work well. It does help when the brush doesn't have a bunch of shitty fucking strands of horsehair on it that are fucking up on you. I mean, horsehair. And they were all horsehair brushes, by the way. So they're very good brushes. Put Dark Knight soundtrack on loop and just paint. Yeah, there you go. Don't paint Batman, though. And don't paint the Joker. Please don't paint the Joker. Don't be a Joker guy. That's the only thing, you know. Look, Vic, I think I can openly say in front of chat, like, you're one of my, like, you know, a very close friend of mine, right? Like, we get on very well. You know, we talk pretty often. And, you know, we're good friends. We're great friends. But, like, oh my God. As my friend, you are not allowed to ever paint the Joker. Okay? That's all I ask, man. Don't do Joker stuff. Don't be a Joker guy. We can't be friends anymore if you're a Joker guy. And I won't be one of those Harley Quinn obsessed women. I promise. How about that? You know, I'm just being silly, but you know, there's a little truth to it. No, you wouldn't be a Joker guy. You're not a Joker guy. Oh, self-portrait. Do a self-portrait. Oh man, you know what? One of my favorite exercises was that I used to do. And I've learned it in a class, and I just started a habit of it, was to paint and draw an emotion. I love doing that. Oh, man. Tension. I remember the first one I ever did was tension, and I loved my tension piece. I wish I still had it. Oh, my tension piece was great. I'm one of those people, I just fuck around with shapes before I, like... You know, most of my original works that, like, I don't plan out are just me. It's just usually me, like, me just getting some lines in and seeing something and then it doesn't even have to be something like me going, okay, I'm going to paint, like, this specific image or this thought or whatever. It becomes, like, these weird shapes and lines. And sometimes it has a lot of form. Other times it doesn't. I'm a big fan of negative space in my portraiture. So I really love negative space where I can find it. But, oh man. Like, emotions. Just literally, Vic, this is something I encourage you to do. Get like a cup. Get like a little solo cup or whatever. And get like a bunch of little pieces of paper. Like either type them out and cut them or just, you know, write them down and fold them up like all the little, you know, little same size as a piece of paper. And then just pull one out. Just pull one out, like, whenever you want to do one. And that way it's random. You know. Oh, it's such a... Oh, dude, it's a really good one. I really mean it. I mean it. You should try that sometime. I think you get a lot out of it. Just let loose and just go weird. Oh, okay, fair. Whatever. I mean, down the line. Doesn't have to be today. That's fair. I'm the opposite. I start off just making lines. I just find a shape that I like, and then from there I find what I'm trying to do. It always usually turns into portraiture, like 9 times out of 10. But, you know, every now and then I'll do something. But, you know, Once in a while, it turns into just some, you know. I understand. I'm not saying for your stream. I'm just saying for your own personal work. Like at some point, just have fun. Just do some emotion sketching or painting. I'm not talking about for your stream. I'm just saying. Exercises. Exercises are good. Yeah, I used to do all kinds of stuff, but I haven't gone to it. Maybe that's what I'll do this week. Maybe I'll go find myself a new sketchbook. I think that'd be a good place to start. I miss having a sketchbook. I was just thinking about that the other day. I want a small one. I don't want a big one. I like smaller ones now. I used to do big ones when I was younger, and then because I always liked the room on the paper. But as you know, sometimes the best thing to have is convenience, and convenience is small size sketchbook. I know. You gotta do, yeah, you know. One of these days we gotta get you a big, like. One of these days we gotta, like, I gotta build you a flat, and let you do like a big, like, 8 foot by like 4 foot piece or 6 foot piece or something. That'd be fun. God, that'd be a good time. It's been years. It'd be so fun. Anyway, woo, that would be a good time. I miss that stuff. I miss that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, absolutely. But don't be a Joker guy. Like I said, I can openly say that you are one of my very favorite people to have a chat with. And, you know, a very good friend. And you're just not allowed to be a Joker guy if you're going to be my friend. I'm just saying. It's part of the contract. Hey, you got a lot to say right now, and that there is I respect that, and I think that, you know, I don't know, I think you'll have I think that would be very cathartic for anybody, right? But you especially. Yeah, it needs the right channel. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, exactly. The right vessel. Well, you're the vessel, I guess. The right subject. Um, yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you on that. It has to be, like you said, deliberate. You know, in that particular thing, you want to be deliberate. I'm just saying something like the exercise I was telling you about is a good exercise in which to find a deliberate direction. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes we play around and then we go, wait a second. Ha. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying I was suggesting as an exercise, not a mainline activity. But yeah. I don't know. That's a good thing. I can't wait to see what you come up with for a subject, topic. Oh, that's something I miss doing. You know, one of my favorite things to do back in the day. I was talking about negative space. I'm a huge fan. Huge. Like, I love negative space in work. And one of my favorite ways to do portraiture. Again, I'm a portraiture person. I don't like doing landscapes. I don't like doing set designs. I don't like places. I like people. And, you know, things are okay. You know, like still life stuff of like objects, cool. That's fine. I enjoy that. But I just like portraiture the best. And what was I even saying this for? Trying to tell you. Oh, one of my favorite styles of portraiture is negative space portraiture, where I will basically make something black. I will make my whole blank canvas black, and then I will instead of like painting, you know, when you're painting over white, like, you know, it's you know, the light's coming through, you know, that kind of thing. It's like I like to do it backward. I like to paint with light rather than with shading, like or draw, you know, in that regard, like drawing with white lines, you know, with like light forward instead of like, okay, the light's already there and now I'm like shading out the light. So, Metaphysical, how are you? Hi, yeah, we're just chilling. We've just been talking about stuff. We've just been shooting the shit for a little bit in just chatting category, and then we came to Star Citizen. Now we're kind of, I should go back to just chatting, but we're probably gonna end stream here in a second. Metaphysical. I was trying to end it a minute ago, and I had like a vulnerable moment about my body. God, and then. Just like more annoyed that it happened than I am like, oh, like, you know, there, you know, y'all could occasionally see my emotional side, and I'm a pretty emotional person, but I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who makes bad, like, I try not to make emotional decisions, is my point. I try to think, and y'all see my emotions come out of me. You know, I'm a very excitable person, you know. Occasionally you guys see me burst into tears, like get really upset, or usually enjoy about something. But when I get emotional about something that's like bothering me like that, oh God, fucking hate it afterwards. I'm like, ugh, especially publicly, ugh. So we'll just all pretend that I never had that moment. Okay, that's cool. Right. No more vulnerabilities. We don't do that here. We can't afford it. Oh, look at that. Fred Rogers indicted into the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to scroll around the internet real quick. Try to see if there's anything else we need to hit on before I go, but it's like it's just past midnight. I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired. It's been a long 10 years in this last 4 months. Really 3 months. Yeah. But, chat, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the shit. I'm not even going to rage you out today. I just don't have the energy. But, yeah, I hope you all do well in the days to come. And what else? What else do we need to do? Yeah, so I'm just trying to end it. I'm just trying to make sure. So Metaphysical, I'm sorry you came in right at the end, but I will be on tomorrow. I'll get on tomorrow. We'll do some faces. We'll do some Star Citizen faces. And from there, we'll either play Star Citizen or we'll just go right back into Skyrim like we were doing a couple weeks ago. So whatever, we'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks for being here. And really, this has just been sitting around and shooting the shit with y'all. And Vic has been here most of the time, so I want to say a special thank you to Vic, shooting the shit with me today. And you know, the gifted subs too. Thank you very much, Victor. I always appreciate you. And then who else? You know, Sandgroper came through. Waka came through. Donnie Be Good came through. And then Super Chair Destroyer came through here today. Some others I'm sure I'm missing out on. Metaphysical, of course, here in the end. And then Inner Hype coming in with the red alert right at the end as well.
And yet it should be noted that in the midst of our sorrow, this death takes place in the shadow.
I don't even have it on in my ear.
The sunrise of a new world. A world that our beloved comrade gave his life to protect and nourish.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you for playing us out.
Or empty. And we will not debate his profound wisdom at these
No, Joker. I mean it. I know.
Of my friend, I can only say this.
I'm still joking.
Of all the souls I have encountered.
But don't go to Batman either. He's kind of a fascist when you really think about it. Batman's a hero, but he's also kind of ignores due process, guys. And he's really rich. You know, let's, you know who, okay, here, let's figure out which Batman character we should be, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am going to make a joke to you later. No, I'm just teasing. But no, like, but for real though. Okay, guys, gals, non-binary pals, okay? What was I talking about? I don't even fucking know. I'm just going to leave you alone, and I'm going to let you go. I was about to say, oh, Batman. Batman's kind of a fascist. He's not wrong in that Blue Beetle movie to say Batman's a bit of a fascist. Like, come on, guys. Like, he just beats the shit out of criminals. Like, he is police brutality. Like, a vigilante disguise. Like, a police brutality disguised as a vigilante. Like, come on. Like, I love Batman. I love him more than any other superhero of all time. Other than Batgirl really is my favorite. And Batgirl, I mean, she beats people up, but not as bad as Batman, dude. Batman's fucked some dudes up. Okay? But at the same time, Batman, like, should have killed Joker a long time ago. Like, straight up, he should have just fucking murdered him. Like, he has caused more pain to the people of Gotham by allowing Joker to live than he has by, like, doing this, I don't use guns, I don't kill people thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know that that's the disguise. Like, I've known for a long time, Bruce Wayne, you know, I've been in adulthood for a while. Bruce Wayne is absolutely disguised. You're absolutely right. Like, that is at a very adult moment to realize, wait, Batman is his true personality. Bruce Wayne is the facade, is the mask, right? But let's talk about Batman, though, before we go, okay? Because I love Batman, but Batman's kind of fascist. You know, he's a little too much. Now, there's times he's fine. Like, when he's just Batman and he's doing the detective shit and he's figuring out a crime and then he's, like, stopping in on the person who committed the crime and he's catching them and he's keeping it simple. That's cool. I'm down with that Batman. Because he just turns he just turns this guy or gal into the police, or non-binary pal. And he turns them into the police with the evidence and stuff, and it's, you know. But again, like, how much of that is that, like, how many court cases has Batman ruined? Right? Like, because of the fact that he was involved in it in any way. Like, that evidence is all, like, contaminated and tampered with in all technicality if Batman touched it. Or Batman had anything to do with it, right? Or Batman found it. Like, it can't be admissible in court. It just can't. I would think at this point, like, the attorneys in Gotham have just gotten to the point where, like, how is what this guy brings to the table at all, like, feasible evidence? Like, anything he handles, like, a mistrial, you know, or something. Like, in reality, when we look at it from a realistic standard, yeah, like, Batman would be, like, shut out from the get-go with the DA, or with the attorneys in town. Like, they would find ways to defend against Batman very, very well. Or anybody who, you know, to defend cases where Batman was involved. He kills Joker to the Batman who left, and everyone will have a very big problem. But that's the thing, though, Inner Hype. That's the thing, though, is that's just one group of people saying this is what happens when Batman kills somebody. Like, he's a fictional character. Other people can write what it's like when he kills somebody and write, like, oh, that was fine. That was what needed to happen. Like, Batman doesn't have to have a problem with that. It's the way he's written to have a problem with that is the thing. Is my point. Because just because that happens in one thing doesn't mean that that's, like, true of Batman and every writer that ever wrote him. Because if you really take Batman and you break him down by every person that ever wrote him, you get a different, I mean, like, look, they all have overlap. Like, they all had standards they had to fill with Batman. Like, Batman doesn't use guns. Batman, this is Batman's backstory. This is Batman's sidekick. This is what's going on with Batman at the moment. But, like, at the same time, everybody, okay, Batman's not a monolith. Because, again, he's written by so many different people with so many different, like, things. Vigilantism is illegal, yet Gotham is plagued with so many criminals people support it. Yet, if caught, he'd be arrested. The police themselves, while walking him in handcuffs, would slap his shoulder and say good job. Exactly. Like, there's so much, and that's part of it, too. Like, there's a lot of, like, not hypocrisy, but, like, what's the word? Contradiction with Batman, right? And Dothmere, I appreciate you saying something here on this. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, the fact that he's a vigilante, first of all, like providing some form of evidence in a case, absolutely not. And one, he never testifies in court. It'd be one thing if he was like a consultant for the police department who's helping them solve crimes, like on an official, like in an official capacity, right? Like, that's a thing. People can consult for police department. It's just like how they have like sketch artists. Do they have a sketch artist necessarily on staff full time? No, but they have somebody come in that does sketch. Like, they have a couple people that call, probably different people that come in and do sketch work to help them like get an idea of what this person looks like, that this person had commit a crime against them or something, right? Whatever the crime be. And so, like, consulting with police, like, that's a thing. So that makes sense. Like, if Batman was not Batman, but he was Bruce Wayne and like some genius detective, like if he had the Sherlock Holmes treatment, that would be a bit more realistic. But even that would have its own, like, if they wrote it that way, it would its own like little contradictions, just like Sherlock Holmes has, But that would be the more realistic thing, right? Or him just straight up being a detective who actually works as a detective. Like, oh my God, terrible things happen to me. And despite me being a little rich boy, I wanted to become a police detective. See, I think sometimes that would be a great way to write Batman. What happens if Batman, instead of like getting this whole I'm Batman thing, what if he became the commissioner eventually? And like somebody like Gordon, like what if he flip-flopped it? Like a guy, like a cop, like Gordon, like became Batman because he was upset with like, the rails of being a police officer. I don't know, but I could see that being a story. That's actually an interesting story. Is like Bruce Wayne actually doesn't become Batman, but he becomes like a police detective, despite the fact that he's like a really ultra wealthy person. That would be an interesting story. I mean, Batman's an interesting story too, but if they ever wanted to do one of those like Elseworldy kind of things where they did a different spin on his story, I think that would be a fun one. Have him become a cop. Have him just become this rich kid that became a cop, and he became the best, in the world. That's the whole thing about Batman. He's the greatest detective. He's the world's greatest detective. Personally, he may be the world's greatest detective, but my favorite detective in the whole world is Harvey Bullock. Harvey Bullock, I'm sorry, I will die on the hill. Harvey Bullock is one of the best Batman characters of all time. And he is one of the most unrealized characters in Batman. Ow. Though I seen that in that new Caped Crusader show, he's in that. And he's actually kind of like, first, he has a mustache. They definitely like changed away from the old school Bruce Timm. Like, he looks the same. Like the Bruce Timm, they have him in the exact, like, it seems like almost the exact same, like, body proportions. Like, even his coat and everything is the same. But instead of him, like, being clean shaven, he has a mustache. And in the Caped Crusader, he's actually, like, truly a dirty cop. Though I hope eventually, like, they do the storyline with him where when he was a dirty cop, he kind of gets cleaned up because of Gordon. Like, Gordon, basically, yeah, there's multiple versions of this, I think, of the story, but one of the versions is he actually almost scares Gordon to death. Like, he pisses off Gordon so hard with a faux fuck up that it causes Gordon a heart attack, and suddenly, like, Harvey feels bad, and he realizes like he's doing the wrong thing, and he cleans up his act, and he's no longer a corrupt police detective working under the thumb of Mayor Hill against Jim Gordon. See, I know a lot about Harvey Bullock. Look, Nightwing booty is great, but Bullock belly is better. I'm sorry. I like them. I like them thick. I like them chunky. I always have. My heart will always be for a man that likes to eat food. Somewhere out there is a man who will appreciate me cooking for him very often. One of these days, who knows? Who cares? So much corruption. Politicians bought by criminals. They stop representing the people. The red tape and legal system fails. Batman is a single person beginning the revolution of change. His wealth, knowledge, and connections in the position in life has enabled him to be the vanguard of change, one in which the people will eventually rally behind. And that's fair. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, that is Batman's point. Is Batman, like, things become so bad in Gotham that when this, like, everybody hears about, like, this Batman dude ripping the shit out of dudes that deserve it. Yeah. Like, I will never deny the catharsis that Batman represents, right? Like, the catharsis of somebody doing the right thing and not caring about all the red tape, not fucking giving a fuck and saying, you know what, that dude's gonna get his fucking ass beat to fucking grass. It ain't gonna nobody stop me about it. Like, that is the true pleasure of Batman, is the idea of, like, you can just, like, basically, like, letting go of all of, like, the social contracts of society to just do what is morally right. But my point is does Batman actually always do what is morally right? Again, like, a mad dog like Joker should just be put down. Like, straight up. Somebody that psychopathic and murderific has to be dealt. Like, they cannot, like, when they kill, like, an average of, like, 60 people or more every time they, like, have an outing for the day, you gotta fucking make a call there, Batman. I'm sorry, but you have to. You gotta bat up to the, you gotta get up to that plate and swing that bat. You know what I mean? I know, I was going to go away like 15 minutes ago, and here we are talking about Batman. This is what happens when we talk about Batman. Okay. But I'm just saying. And, you know, one thing I appreciate about Harvey Bullock, once again, is he is one of the few people that calls Batman out in Gordon's camp. Like when we get to, like, kind of classic Harvey Bullock, like the Harvey Bullock most people know, which is the animated series. I mean, he is always the guy against Batman among the police. He is always the voice of, no? How about not? Now, sometimes it's unjust. Sometimes his prejudice against Batman is too much. Like, when we talk about just, like, animated TV show Batman, that Batman is a good Batman. That is a Batman, like, but there's also not a lot, like, there's not tons of death in that show because it's a children's show. Hello, thank you for the raid. Here we go. We've been talking about Batman for a minute here. We're on a Batman tangent. We're probably tired. I feel that name so much. I feel like you followed me before and I've told you before. Or maybe you've just been here before, but I know I've told you before I love your name. Or somebody named tired. Because I am tired. Punisher, I have never gotten that much into Punisher. Punisher is what Batman should be doing. Punisher is like people going, yeah, Batman should have killed Joker. Like me. But at the same time, like, and thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, General Sika. And thank you for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? What were you up to? Were you playing Star Citizen? What were you up to? How was it? How was life? How was things? Batman is chaotic gray, but tactics employed for operation success must be escalated to have that success. Batman wouldn't have had much success if he handed flowers out and asked criminals by saying, please. And I'm not saying he should. I'm never saying Batman should just, like, not be the dude that pummels a dude. Okay? But I'm saying, one, how do you not get mistrialed every time Batman's involved? Like, I'm just looking at, like, from a court perspective, like, Batman being involved in a case would probably always lead to a mistrial or something. And two, again, the catharsis of Batman is that Batman does the thing that everybody wishes they could do. Just deal with the problem. Just tell the dude to fuck off. You know what I mean? So I like all your points. What's your name? Dath or Darth? Yeah, Dathmere. All your points are right, dude. Like, you are making the correct points about who Batman is and what Batman is. And I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm just saying, like, when we take Batman and dissect him into, like, a bit more, when we put a little bit of more realism into this world, one, he has messed some dudes up in ways that, like, they probably are, like, come on. Some of Batman's stuff that he does to people, like the way he beats the shit out of some people, whoo, buddy. Some of that's almost worse than death. Which, it's not always true of Batman. A lot of the time, Batman just kind of scares you and then gets you to confess something. You know, tell him where something is, and then he moves on his way. And leaves you for the cops. Leaves you for the cops to find you later. Right? But, like, so... But again, like, there are times, though, when Batman needed to go further. And he needed to deal with, like, Joker. He needed to kill Joker. Okay? Is the evidence present witnesses in a... Yeah, that's fair. But everything's a little different each time. The only thing not being left is the scene is the ability for law enforcement to arrest him. Yeah. Well, and even then, they're still arresting the criminal. They just happen to find the criminal in a position where they are pinned down by something, you know, whether it's like, oh no, they got tied to a post somehow, you know, like that. I guess that's how the police deal with it. Oh no, what happened to this guy? And then the guy says, well, Batman did it to me. Oh, what? He's not real. You know, that's not real. That's really probably the position the police would have to take, is they would have to continually take the position that Batman does not exist. Because if they know Batman exists, then they have to catch him. And if they regard that yes, like, he subdued this person, that's probably... Comment for the comment gods. Thank you, Sangroper. If they catch Batman, the criminal can press charges against him from prison. And they ain't never gonna catch Batman. You know, and even when they think they catch Batman, it's like a ruse. Batman always finds a way to get out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Batman could do a lot of damage in jail. Think about Batman being in jail. Think about that. Like, think about that being a comic book. Man, I should write Batman. I should go get a job at DC Comics tomorrow. But, like, so I want to do a storyline. I have 2 pitches. I'd be like, can we do a Batman where he didn't become Batman, but he just became a detective instead, and call that Detective Comics, like, alternate? Like, all, like, universe whatever. Like, universe number 54889. I don't give a fuck. Something like that. Like, just a normal story where... the version of the Batman story where he just becomes a really good, like, public police detective. He does not become Batman. And then my other pitch would be what I just said, which would be like, okay, what was I saying? What did I just say? Oh, yeah. Well, you kind of came up with it, too. It really is your idea a little bit. But it's like the idea Batman gets arrested finally. Like, it's revealed to the world who he is. He's Bruce Wayne. He's a very wealthy man. And so when he gets put in jail, he gets put in prison. He's supposed to serve like 20 years or more. Oh, man. That would be a good like short series. Like, have like a 6-book run on that. Oh, that would be so, like a 6 months of that. That would be good. And just like do each comic book, like the first one's like the trial and him first getting into prison. The next one is like 5 years later. The next one's 5 years. Like, it's like several, you know, until it's the very end. The last one's like him finishing up his last year or so and then getting out. But then maybe not, because he keeps whooping the shit out of people in prison. He keeps getting time added on. Like, he does not have good behavior in prison. But he does. Like, he has good behavior, but he doesn't. Like, he beats up the right guys in prison. And then, like, some of the villains have, like, goon guys, you know, like dudes that are, like, in prison that are still running gangs. Oh man, that would be such a good show. That would be such a good book. Batman wouldn't spend much time in the prison. The amount of time he'd be sitting in court listening to all the crimes he's committed would probably last years. Yep. With his wealth, he would just delay each case or get a pardon from the president. That too. Oh man. Or I would like for him to serve for a little bit. That would be funny. But even then, actually, they probably wouldn't put him in normal pop. Like, if you really think about it, if Batman was, like, caught and the whole thing happened, they could never put him in general pop. Like, they could never put... And not necessarily for his safety, but for their safety, one. Because he would get into too much trouble. Like, of all the people, you would literally have to put him in, like, his own, like, superhero containment pod. Yeah, he might be rich enough that he'd get house arrest, but they'd be afraid of him, Batman. I mean, he's Batman. Like, wearing a fucking ankle around or wearing a fucking band around his ankle ain't gonna fucking stop him. You know? Like, of all the people to find a way to dupe one of those into thinking like you are at home, it would be him. 100%. Like, there's a video, like how do the various like DC characters respond to like house arrest, and it's like Clark Kent just like uses his laser eyes to cut it off. You know, Wonder Woman just wrenches it off. You know, she just busts it. You know, Green Lantern just imagines like a pair of scissors, you know, uses the thing to like snip it off, the Green Lantern ring. You know, I don't even know what Martian Manhunter would do. I can't remember his power. You know, everybody had, and the Flash would just run so fast or do something. He'd go so fast that it burn off. But then, like, Batman would just basically, like, the shot would just be Batman sitting there with it on. And then, like, a second later, it just falls to the floor because Batman's gone. Like, right before your eyes. He's just gone. He just slipped out of it somehow. Like, that's it. That's it. And now it's on like, Alfred's ankle. Somehow. So, I get, in case it has, like, a heart rate tracker or something. Oh, you know, I was thinking about doing something at work today. And it was slow enough, but I had like an old coworker come in and stuff like that. But I actually thought about this, speaking of Star Citizen, and I think I'm gonna do this week at work. Is I'm gonna, when it's slow, I'm gonna do a video that's like normal, and it's just the title, just it's gonna have like a thing that's just like normal bartender, like normal real life bartender, and it's just like, you know, me doing my normal like, hey, what can I get you, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing. Just like acting like a normal bartender, and then like making the drink and then handing it off to you. And then, like, have one where it's, like, Star Citizen, and then have the same and then, like, the caption changes, and it says Star Citizen Bartender. And then it's just, like, they ask me for the drink, and I'm just, like, standing in front of the well. And then it lapses for a minute, and then it says, like 5 minutes later, and then, like, I'm kind of pouring the drink. I thought that would be really funny. And it'll be like Napoleon Bonaparte, when they tell him, we like that, we like what you did, but we want to isolate you on your own island. Yeah, pretty much. We like you, we like what you did, but we need you to get the fuck out of here, buddy. We need you to get the fuck out of France, okay? What island was he put on? I forget what island it was. Wasn't it in the Caribbean? Napoleon Island. Where was exile? Saint Helena, from 1815 until his death in 1821, where he resided at the Longwood House, and his remains were later returned to France. Yeah, he's in a tomb in France. He has like a very fancy tomb, I think. So in the Mediterranean, yeah. Yeah, right on. Well, you know, that's what happens when we're like, you know, you did a lot to like further our interests in our empire here, you know, like our whole little kingdom, but you're not great for optics anymore. Okay. Oh man. You know, I never saw that Napoleon movie that had Joaquin Phoenix in it. I heard that movie sucked ass. I heard that movie was horrible. But who knows? I need to check it out. Maybe at some point I will. I always liked, you know, I remember learning about Napoleon as a kid. I thought, wow, this guy sounded like he was badass. And then you kind of learn, like, oh, well, damn. You know? Whoa, Jesus. Never go. I mean, that's where you learn. That's the first time I remember learning, like, don't go to war with Russia in the winter on their own turf. Her was a very good movie, though. Oh, well, that's different. That's a different kind of movie. But yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that either. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to let you go. I got to go. I've got to go live my life for a little bit. I know we were playing some Star Citizen earlier, or we were just talking about Star Citizen, or we were doing just chatting. But thanks for being here today. I got to go. It's like 12:30. I'm ready to go, like, lay down and... Yeah, I will. I will. You know, that is one I need. I like Joaquin Phoenix. I love Joaquin Phoenix. That new Speaking of Joker, that new Joker movie, I tried. I thought like overall, like it had the potential to be a great movie. And I actually thought the ending was pretty poetic. The way he just gets stabbed. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it. Man, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it was good and bad, you know? Her hit you so hard. Yeah. Man, and y'all all want AI. You know, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have your little hearts broken by AIs now, guys. This is what Joaquin Phoenix was trying to tell you about. I don't know what happens in the movie, but this is what it was about, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm not even going to raid you out. Just leave you here. Y'all go find somebody to watch. Go find somebody to hang out with, and tell them that you're watching me. Tell them that you love me. No, don't promote me in other people's chats, please. But love y'all. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Okay? I gotta go, and I gotta have a snack. I need a snack. Anyway, later, taters.